Howdy ho, friends. Welcome to another episode of, you guessed it, Trekking Tuesday. Well, actually, I've already done most of the trekking. We're supposed to get some really nasty weather today after about noon or so. They're talking heavy winds, possibly severe thunderstorm. I know. It's in the middle of November, or the end of November, actually. I don't get it. What I'm doing now, it's already got most of my gear stashed at TP Island up there. What I'm doing is I'm looking for some materials. I want to find a board with some nails in it because I have a feeling I'm going to be shooting a video from inside the teepee and I want to make a table. So what we're doing now is kind of looking through all this debris out here, and I'm hoping a board of some kind is washed up. And it has some nails in it. We could pull the nails out. But, you know, I'm really not seeing anything. What is this? There seems to be an odd structure in front of us. Let's check this out here as we get closer. Whoops. Be darned. Does that look like another teepee to you? What has created such an interesting structure? Maybe some mythical creature? I don't know. Wow. This is impressive. I'll be darned. Let's see, whoever made it used modern tools. Actually, that'd be a good piece of firewood. We're taking that with us. This is incredible. I don't see any cordage used on it. And this is all deadfall. Wow, this thing is really sturdy. I'm going to say that's a good, maybe 10-foot radius. What are these holes in the ground? Okay, that's pretty freaking cool, friends. Did not expect to find that. I think I'm going to snap a couple pictures here, and then we'll head back up to TP Island and get the cover put on because it could rain at any minute. Wow. I'm going to have to give that a 10 out of 10 on the shelter scale there. Huh, be darned. I'm back on TP Island. I didn't find a board with a nail like I wanted to, but I found that tree stump. It's got a lot of potential. I was looking over here and noticed this. That is a fresh cut, friends. Somebody cut that. The teepee's still intact. All my wood is still here. So I'm thinking whoever built that, well, this has been cut too, harvested some of the materials for their build from here. I find that interesting. Yeah, this has been cut too. It's dry, so it's been a while since it's been done. Yeah, there's no sap leaking out. Yeah, it's dry too. Yep, see, there's the fresh cuttings. Interesting. So it must have been built within, I would say, the last 2 weeks or so. Okay, let's get this cover put on. Weather conditions really quick. It's supposed to be a high of 57 today. Not a problem. We're supposed to get high winds out of the east. I don't know. That might happen. And then we're supposed to get some rain and possibly severe weather. As it looks now, we could do the entire video outside. But, you know, just for safety, let's get the shelter put together. A lot has gone on since the last time we have talked. I have the shelter up. Ba, 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 ba. I even cut some wood from my stove. As you can see, the smoke pouring out of the teepee. Let me explain. I've got the stove set up right there on top of that log we found. I did have a little problem with the smoke filling the teepee, not going out the smoke hole. The reason is I don't have enough airflow. So what I did is I lifted these back sides up. You get more airflow in there. Now, normally when you set up a teepee, what you want, is here's the pole, is you want this to come up at least 5 inches from the pole, from here to here. Then you put in a skirt that goes on the other side. So the air comes up underneath, goes up through the skirt, and as the heat creates at the top of the teepee, it creates an airflow such as this, and it sucks the smoke right out. Well, I don't have that right now. So we're kind of making do with what I got. And the smoke is kind of popping out here because the wind's blowing it through, and it's still coming out the smoke hole. And I opened this up a little bit more. And I'm going to tell you what, once we get past this, there's no smoke in this area here because the wind is, of course, blowing it through and up. And once I get this going, like this, wow, I'll fire that little guy up. And we got some sparks coming out, which is the wood I used to start it. And we need to keep an eye on that. But I put some charcoal in there for our cooking purposes. So there's the wood I cut. There's the charcoal. Once I get the charcoal going, it doesn't produce a lot of smoke. So that should cause or solve the smoking problem. Because the smoke level right now is from right about here on out. But once this gets really going here, let's watch. It's going to take a minute. The sparks are concerning me a little bit. Okay, there we go. See, most of the smoke is cleared out because of the heat from the stove is pushing it all out. And I'll show you. Let's run outside real quick. And let me tell you what, once I get this thing going, it starts to get warm in here. I wish I would have brought a thermometer with me. Now, as you can see, perfectly clear. You can see the heat coming out. See that leaf right there shaking? That's from the hot air rising. That little guy right there. And that is perfectly clear. All right, the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to get some dandelion tea put on, move a couple items into the teepee. And then after that, we're going to go down, after I get the dandelion tea put on, we're going to go down and take a look at the river. I've got everything moved into the teepee. We've got my pack, a cooler, my blue dry bag, and we're getting ready to put a spot of dandelion tea on. And I put the grill on top of the stove so the cup will actually fit. Let's put that right there, like so. And what I did is these are the condiments for the Cooking with Bob video, and we got some brown sugar, organic cinnamon, and the special ingredient. We'll talk about that later. So I just put a pinch of brown sugar in the tea. That should be pretty good. As you can see, no more smoke in the teepee. And it's actually quite warm in here. I'm going to have to pull off a layer or go outside and cool down a bit. But yeah. So we're going to get that started. And once I bring it up to a nice little boil, we're going to wander down to the river and take a look at the levels. You can definitely tell there's some kind of weather coming in. If you look, you can just see a haze right there. Definitely off in the distance. So we might get a little something. I'm not sure when though. But if we look, the water has receded quite a bit. You can start seeing that shelf appear right there. Whirlpool. That is so cool. What that means is there's some rock formations underneath there causing the current to push up and go back down again, and it creates those little whirlpools. And it'll suck something into it, and it'll shoot it out sometimes a mile down the freaking river. Anyway, if you remember last time, the water was right about there where that tree is. Now it's gone down even further. So we're looking, I want to say another 4 to 5 foot down. So it's getting there. It's going to be at normal levels eventually. And when it does, there's actually a couple wing dams here. And there's one over there that you can access. And we probably shouldn't be standing here because that's starting to crack a little bit. I do not want to fall into that. Okay, we're going to head back to the camp. And I'm going to start getting ready to shoot the video. If you look real close, can you see the teepee? Just barely. If that silver wasn't showing there and there, it blends in quite nicely with its surroundings. Video is done, and we did it in the nick of time because it has started sprinkling on and off, and some of the raindrops have been pretty thick. The meal was freaking awesome. Actually, the dessert, we basically did fried apples, and it was awesome. We did butter, cinnamon, brown sugar, put a little pumpkin spice in there. Oh my God. Have no fear, friends. I'm going to make another batch, and I'll show you when I get done with it. I do need to pull these cameras down. I put one there, one up there, one there, and I just took that one. Was about ready to fall now because I ran out of tripods and just shoved it between the teepee pole. I don't know if it got anything good or not. Then I put the tripod out there. So main goal is we're going to make another batch. And I'm going to get these cameras put in their Ziplocs just in case it starts pouring down rain. I'd hate to be caught in that kind of mess. And after the other batch is made, I'm going to shoot some B-roll footage. And then I think we're going to get out of here. We're making pretty good time. I've got the inside pretty much cleaned out, except for the items I'm going to put in the dry bag. But I've got my main pack out, thermal rest and all that sitting over there. And it has the so-called water-resistant cover on it. Yeah, not so much. We've got the coals put in this little pile. I put water in there, made sure they're out. We're going to go ahead and cover them up, just kind of hide them so nobody can find them. And then I'm going to go ahead and drop the cover of the teepee. Starting to get a wicked fog roll in. That would be cool if we hiked out in that. We'll see. We've got the teepee cover dropped. Next thing, we're going to police the area, make sure everything has been picked up. I don't want to leave any trash up here. And then we're going to shove everything in the dry sack. And then I think we're going to start making our way out. We're doing really good on time. We've got a couple hours before it gets dark. Fog, about the same. As far as it raining, not really. I think what's happening is all the dew is collecting on the trees and just kind of dropping down upon us. Well, we're all packed up. Looks like I get to head out. Everything's clean. I dispersed some of the leaves around the area so it doesn't look like I was here too much. Let's grab this pile right here. Push that over here. There we go. And we got some birds stopping by to pay a visit. And I just scared them off. So what we're going to do is just going to... I think we're going to go out that way. And then when we get close to the river, we'll take a little look at it when we get over there. We made it down to the riverbank, and if you look right there, you can see a whirlpool trying to form. The mountaineer is just down around the corner in that gully area right there, that cove, right after that tree, so we don't have that far to go. And if you look, there's a marker. And then Teepee Island is right down that way. You could tell how the water has come down. See, it used to be right there. And now it's down there. It looks like we got a lot of... Okay, that's interesting. That's got to be a dog. Maybe. We can't... Well, because... I don't know. We got some interesting tracks right there of something that's been drinking out of this water. Huh. Don't know. See, well, there's no claw marks. I'm gonna have to look that up. Here's another one. See, there, 1, 2. That's maybe a dog. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know. Oh, anyway. Yeah, I don't think anything's tracking me. I'd hope not. Yeah, check that fog out. Isn't that cool? And here's the fog down there. Actually, it's starting to come this way quite a bit, so it's moving in. You can't see it on the camera, but you can kind of see it go. So we might be coming out in the fog, but I kind of doubt it. I really hate seeing that sign there, but I know why they did it, and honestly, I really don't blame them. All right, we're back at the mountain here, and you can see we got some moisture on her. I'm thinking that's from the fog. The dew point's really high. All the gear is back in. It's a little damp, not bad, a little dirty. All right, I think we're gonna wrap this here video up. It's been a pretty darn good day, I have to say. That meal, the fried apple dessert, was beyond awesome. I made 2 batches of it. And the leftover apples I had, I cut them open, then set them on a tree stump for the animals to eat. Oh, so beautiful out. Wish I could stay, but I can't. Because, well, actually what's happening is tonight we're having our Thanksgiving, because both Jessica and I work on Thanksgiving Day and Thanksgiving Eve. Yeah. All right, friends. Thanks for coming along with me on my journey. And I'll see you on YouTube.